Hello, friends of First Parish in Concord. I am so glad that you have joined us this morning. Hi, Amy.
Hello, Dawn. Hello, everyone. It's good to be with you as we welcome a new year.
Let's begin our time together by lighting a chalice. I have my chalice here, and you can do this at home if you have a chalice or a candle, and make sure there's an adult around just to make sure you do this safely. Let's see. I'll show it to you when it's taking its sweet time. Whoop. There it goes. Can you see it? Okay. We have a little bit of different chalice lighting words this morning. It's called On the Brink of a New Year, and it's by Lois Van Leer. We light this chalice on the brink of a new year, letting go of what has been, open and hopeful for what may come, renewed, restored, ready to live life fully anew. May we move forward with intention.
Thank you, Dawn. When a new year begins, it can be a good time to think back on the old year and also think forward to the new year. And you can think about both the things that you celebrated and the things that are challenging.
That's right. And the new year is also a place where we can think about the year ahead and our hopes and wishes for the coming year.
And so when I think about the past year, I think about all the things that we offered in our family services and at-home exploration: courage, letting go, comfort and joy, and giving with our elf friends.
We also explored friendship, promises. We talked about voting and feelings and why we explore as Unitarian Universalists. And we celebrated some holidays too. We celebrated Halloween, All Souls Day, and Hanukkah.
And there were also some challenges. And sometimes it's a little bit harder to talk about those challenges, but we want to acknowledge them. One of the biggest being that we are having a global pandemic, and that has meant that we haven't been able to gather at First Parish in Concord the way we're used to.
And some of us haven't been able to gather at our schools with our friends that we're familiar with. And some of us had to start new schools without being in the building, having ever been in the building. And, we also sometimes some of us are missing some sports and activities that we love, or things that we do every year, shows and programs that we enjoy. Things are different. They've been different and challenging this year.
Yeah. And it's also been challenging to get together with friends or
Mm.
with family members. Can't do it in the same ways we used to. It takes more planning, and that's hard. I know it makes it. A lot of us are missing certain special people in our lives that we just we're able to see more often
Mm.
than we do now.
Yeah, that's definitely right. I miss our librarian.
Aw, I miss our librarian too. We see our librarian for pickup of books, but it's not the same as being able to have longer conversations or to be able to wander in the shelves of a good old library.
That is true.
So while we've been apart, though, we have been discovering new ways to connect and to be together.
That's right. And we also learned a lot about how interconnected we all are, and how what we do has an effect on the people around us, even people we don't know. We masked and we social distanced this year to keep one another healthy, people we know and people we don't know.
And I noticed that the words love and care were used more this year. And maybe we made extra time for those distant family members and friends. Even though we couldn't be together in person, we made sure to check in more often, whether it was through FaceTime or Zoom or on the phone.
Mm,
And that allowed for some special connections too.
yeah.
So as we close this year, 2020, Don and I wanted to offer you a ritual, and you can do this ritual on your own, Or you could do it as a family, part of that family exploration that we've talked about. And it's a ritual to let go of last year, 2020, and to open your hearts to a new year, 2021.
That's right. And for this ritual, you're going to need a pen or a pencil. I have a marker here. If you have these Crayola water soluble markers, these are good to use. Strips of paper. So I've already cut up some here, and mine are colored. You can use white paper.
So I've got mine are just a white paper.
Any kind of paper you've got, that's what you can use. You'll need a bowl or a jar of water. So I have that here, just a simple bunch of water there. And a box or a jar or a gift bag, something to hold things that are dry. So the way you do this is you're going to take your strips of paper and you're going to write some things. Think of things that you would like to let go of this year. Think of something that you, from this year that's gone and past, that you would like to let go of. So I've been giving this some thought, and it doesn't mean that I'm going to let go of it forever. It could something that could come back, but for now I just want to let it go and just give myself a little break. So what I thought of was worry. I'd like to let go of some worry. So I'm going to write the word worry. And Amy, I'm going to invite you to, you're probably doing this with me already.
Yeah, I am doing it over here. So I wrote down COVID-19. And I know that people are working really hard to keep people healthy, and there's a lot of steps that we need to do. I know that it's not just going to disappear because I use it in this ritual, but it is something that I've been thinking a lot about. And so in the year ahead, I'd like to let go of this.
Like to say goodbye to it, right? That's something I'd like to say goodbye to. So you're going to take your strip of paper. I folded mine up, but you don't have to. You can put it in. Amy's going to not fold hers. I'm going to fold mine.
What happens. I want to see.
Oh, good idea.
What happens with the ink.
Good idea. And that's a good idea. And then you're just going to drop it in your water. Now, Amy, that was a good idea to leave yours not folded. I thought about that and thought, you're right, because what we want to do is we want to watch those things that we put in this water dissolve. So you might be able to see, or maybe you can't see there, my worry is dissolving.
Ooh. And I can't show you. I don't want to let go of my computer because that's really important to connect with all of you. So I'm not going to tip my bowl, but I can see that the letters, the ink is starting to change. So it's the ink is starting to turn into a lighter blue, which is kind of cool. And John, how long do we do this?
I was just going to say, depending on what kind of marker or pen or pencil you used, it could take a little bit of time. If you used a Sharpie, which is a permanent marker, it could take a really long time. But if you leave it in here long enough, eventually over time, those things that you want to let go of will fade. It's sort of like in real life. The things that we want to let go of, they don't just disappear automatically, poof. Sometimes things that are difficult take some time to go away. It takes a little bit of time to not feel them so much anymore. And so that's what this ritual, this part of the ritual is about, is just watching those things just kind of drift away and go away over time.
It would be interesting to do that with other members of my family and to see what happens to the water too.
Right, and you can put all of them in the same bowl or jar of water if you'd like. That might be kind of fun to see everyone's together, or if you want to have your own jar, you could do that too.
So then the next part of the ritual is to take more strips of paper, and it's up to you whether you want it to be different colors or just, I'm going to use the same kind of paper. And you take a moment to think about what is your wish or your hope for the new year. So what are you hoping to experience in the new year? And I'm going to write mine here. I'll show you. I don't know. You can see I wrote friends. I have some friends that are closer by. They've moved to be closer so they can support their family, and I'm hoping that I can see them in a socially distant way. And so I put friends there, and I chose a basket. I'm going to put mine in my basket.
Amy, while you were talking, I was thinking about my wishes for the coming year, and my hopes and wishes are actually my hope and wish or wish is more hope. I
Oh,
want more hope for the world. I want to see people being more hopeful. And it's been a last year was such a rough year that I feel like we could all use a little more hope. So I'm hoping for hope.
and the
And
thing that I like about this ritual, Dawn, is that you notice we both took a different approach. Like you have kind of big symbolic words, and I have more, like things that I want to do. And taking the time to write it down, and if you do it just for yourself or to talk about it with your family, also sort of sets that intention for the time ahead. And that's what a ritual does. It transforms us by taking the time to articulate or express those feelings inside.
And Amy, I'm so glad you brought up the word intention because it was part of the chalice lighting words. And I thought that's kind of a big word, and I hope everybody is familiar with it. And I wanted to make sure that people understand what the word intention means. And you said it so well. Thank you very much. Like
Oh,
putting it out there, something that you wish or want that you want to focus on for the coming year. And some people pick a word for the year as their intention and their one focus for the year that they keep coming back to when they think about how their year is going and what they're looking for in their year.
excellent. We'll have more information for you about this in our family resource. And we wanted to take this time just to let you know that this is a year of experimentation for us. We mentioned all the different family services we did in 2020. Well, in 2021, we are going to try something new again. It's going to be an opportunity for families to connect. And so we're actually calling it RE Connect or Reconnect for Families. And Sunday mornings at 9 o'clock, we're going to meet on Zoom and we'll have a chalice lighting, a short message, and an activity. And we hope that this will be another way for us to reconnect as a First Parish community and also for us to reconnect to our Unitarian Universalist values. So stay tuned. We will be sending you more information about that.
That is right. So a new year awaits us all, and I am hopeful for what it will bring.
Let us enter the new year with curiosity, open hearts, and the knowledge that we are all held in love by this community.
Let's join together in our benediction. Go out into the world in peace.
Have courage.
Hold on to what is good.
Return to no person evil for evil.
Strengthen the faint-hearted.
Support the weak.
Help the suffering.
Honor all
All
beings.
beings.
Until next time, be well.
Bye.